Because you want to go there with them, the war, the king, blah, 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 blah. No, 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 talk, talk, talk. You didn't go to war, right? So you go on the roof. I don't go to war, I'm on the roof, right? But I go to court. Where you at? If you hold the court every day, you have court, you've got to do court. Did you think that all those people that had problems and issues were just standing there waiting for you? You think that, well, I don't want to go to court because I have to listen to their grievances. But what you should realize is that it's the ones that got grievances, the ones that complain, have the biggest mouth. Why? Because here's the thing: if you are a quiet person, you are very rarely going to complain about a situation, even in a restaurant. Go to a restaurant with Jamie, right? And it's about, I'm very nice about how I do it. But if something, let's say the food is completely cold and it's hard, right? And the burger is hard, I'm gonna have to say something. And you kick the server kicked me on the table. I'm gonna have to ask a question. I'm asking a question. I'm the one that cares. You don't realize that I'm the one that cares more about what everybody's eating and the temperature of their food and whether they're happy. I care more about it than they do. You would never know it though. I was out with 4 other people today. You would never know it. I care more about what they eat than they do. I can tell you now what they ate. I bet you they can't. They can't. I care. So I grieve, right? Is they these people are airing grievances. They take the time to come to the king's court to air their grievances. And don't think that once they get a fair answer from you, they go home and tell their friends. When he actually, after I listened to one, he said, I can't do anything about it, but if I was king, this is how I would handle it. Guaranteed all they heard was, I would handle it. So they go home thinking, I gotta make that happen. We gotta make that happen. They can't enough to come to court, right? So they can grieve, right, before you. Even if you can't do anything, I always like to just hear somebody say, I care about you. They turn around and they leave, and what they do is they tell everybody. I'm always talking about, I talk about my pastors all the time. I talk about Pastor David. I tell Jehovah's Witness person about Pastor David. Down the street, I'm talking to her. I tell about Pastor David. And my pastors. I thought, come on. I got a big mouth. Get me on your team. I promise you, you'll be happy because I got a big mouth. Alienating me because I'm grieving, alienating me because I'm bringing grievance before you. It's not the smartest thing to do because if you get me happy, if you keep me happy, I will make things great for you. I will always defend you. Absalom went to go meet with the grievers, the people that actually care enough to come to court. He went to go meet with the grievers. So Absalom got his followers, a whole bunch of grievers. And grievers got big mouths, right? Grievers bring their friends. Grievers always bring their friends. Grievers never come alone. They come to complain alone, but then when they go, I got a customer's last there. Right? We're stand together. We got something that we have to do. When I got something I got to do, right? I'm a griever by myself. When I got something I got to do, even in my grieving, I'm taking you with me. Because I'm a griever. A griever will have that finger on the pulse of this country. Watch your mouth and keep your grievers close. But David didn't do it. What David did was when the grievers came, you don't realize where your kingdom comes from. Your kingdom is always made up of supporters. And when the grievers came, you ignored them. So when Solomon said, I can't help you, right, because of the fact that I'm not the king, but if I were king, then here's what I would do, right? He's taking your kingdom, right, by taking your grievers from you. This one event, though, that we missed. One event that seems very small, but is very large, right? It seems so small. It seems like nothing. It seems like just a passable thing. But we're missing it. What is it? I'll tell you right now, it's the barley. It's the barley. The barley. The barley. I was at a restaurant in Jersey with, I'm like, wow, I need to stop hanging out in restaurants. But I was at a restaurant in Jersey with a friend, and they brought out bread. It was in a basket. It was a bunch. It was like like they bring out bread in a basket, like cut up or whatever. And so there's white bread in there, and there's whatever. It was maybe wheat bread. I don't know, but there's this dark bread. And I said, "What is that?" I have to know why, because of the fact that when I was younger, I tasted pumpernickel bread, and I do not like pumpernickel bread at all. I don't like rye bread at all. So this dark bread gotta go. They said, "No, that's not pumpernickel. That's not rye. What it is barley bread." It's barley. Barley is known as that's not pumpernickel, but if it had a name like that, it would be pumperpenny. Because barley was poor man's bread. Poor man's bread. If you poor, you got barley. You ain't got no I have Peters in the kitchen. I don't really even eat bread on my Peters. I eat bread from out people I can have a sandwich with, honey in them. But I'm not buying no bread to keep in my house. Wow, I can buy Peters. More expensive? Yes. Better for you? Yes. More dietary fiber? Yes. That's why. It's not about peanuts, man. If pumpernickel was the pumpernickel, then barley would be the pumperpenny. Wouldn't it? Because cheap. Barley is cheap, right? It's cheap to make. I think they make it with dirt. I don't know. But it's poor man's bread. But it is bread nonetheless. I don't care if it only costs a penny. Give it to me. I will eat it right now. I'm not asking the bread and doing an interview with it and asking the bread how much it will charge me to eat it or how much the person that made it charged it to be what it was. I just want to know that it's brown bread. The funny thing is, barley, right? Because rye and pumpernickel, I think they actually taste a little bit, they cost a little bit more, but because they taste different as well. But barley is just as dark bread, right? And barley tastes like white bread to me. I remember it just tastes, I taste it, I'm like, this is pretty good. Barley bread. And it's cheap. The restaurant, they have a basket of bread, and I think it's like 2 pieces of barley in there. It's like maybe 10 pieces of bread. So the barley was obviously to add a little bit of color to it for somebody probably that did not want to eat white bread. Also, to serve as sort of a garnish. Because if you got 10 pieces of bread in there and they're all white, and if you like 1 or 2 pieces of barley, that tells me that the barley they weren't supposed to overpopulate the thing. It was just there. The barley would just make a statement. It was never the conversation piece of bread. it's the barley was just thrown in there. I thought about that. How many people feel thrown into where they are? Better yet, how many of you can agree with me that Absalom, Amnon, and Adonijah felt thrown in to this situation? Thrown in, just wham, thrown in. I feel that way often when I go to church. I look at the families there, and I'm like, God, what were you doing? So you just threw me in with them? Couldn't you have put me with them? I was the Barbie of the situation. I was thrown in. I was placed there. I tell you how I would know because I have no communication with the people that I call family. I have no communication with them at all. So that I had to have just been thrown there. I mean, I had no purpose being there. They don't want me, and I'm not around them. As a matter of fact, I was directed by many people to not have anything to do with them again. Those people want me dead. It's okay. I'm not mad about it. I never get mad about it. I'm never mad about them by the way they treat me or how they view me. What makes me nervous is the fact that I was just given over like Barbie to something. That's why she beat me. She looked at my sisters and saw white bread. She looked at me and saw barley. I was different. I'm an introvert, and that made me different. And I didn't realize that the introvert comes out of me. It comes off my skin. Harmony said, she said, Jamie, you do your blog, you do your art, you don't want nobody telling you nothing. I said, wait, what? She's like, yeah. She's like, a lot of the stuff you do, it puts you in an isolation state. She's like, you show people stuff and you share with them, but you don't want people telling you stuff. And I said, wait a minute, that's not me. And I thought to myself, yes, it is. I don't mind people giving feedback. I just got to be the right person. It's got to be somebody that knows something about it. I'm Thomas Crainer. He's guiding me through setting up my web pages and getting my stuff together for art. It's got to be somebody that knows something about it. I'm not going to go to I'm just not. I'm not going to go to Haley Triggers. She's 2 or 3. I'm not going to go to her to ask questions about the Bible. I mean, I listen to her. I listened to her today. Tori gave me an amazing word after the word was given. Amazing word. I listen to Isaac. I listen to Levi. I listen to Jonathan. I listen to all of them. Sophia. I listen to everybody I say, all the kids. But I'm not taking advice from a 2-year-old, a 13-year-old. I'm not taking advice from someone I know I should be advising. I pray for those people. But God said, stay away from them. I said, yes, Lord, bye. Because I never fit in with them. Being at home, being there, I never fit in with any of them. They put me out of their lives and did things over without me on purpose because I never fit in with them. And now they call themselves doing tough love on me, right? Because if they stay away from me long enough, don't say nothing to me, then they'll have great lives without me, and then I'll be destitute without them. They're waiting for me to become destitute. I know because Samantha told me. And she didn't have to. I grew up with them. How do you love somebody that's waiting for you to become destitute? That's betting the money on when you become destitute. I can't help you with the salvation message because you're waiting for me to become destitute. You're waiting for me to become destitute, and I'm waiting for you to be at the point where I can speak to you. I'm not asking you to become anything. You're waiting for me, though, to become destitute. We are both waiting. Question is, only one of us is waiting on what God says. I'm not waiting for you to be hurting. I'm waiting for you to be at the place when I speak, you don't strike out with words that stab me and make me bleed. I am. And I kept thinking while I was here, I said, why do people run from me? Run from me. Why do people, I said, God, why do people run from me? Why are people running from me? And when Hardy said that, I said, wow, that's me. That's why they run from me. Because I will not. I don't entertain people that I think are full of nonsense. and you don't know more about what I am looking into than I do, I won't acknowledge you. It's just the way that I'm made up. I've done it. And I had to catch myself a couple of times, right? Because I've done it and I did not mean to be rude. It can come off rude, but I just don't know. I cannot acknowledge you. Listening to you is a waste of time for me while somebody's walking by that can truly help me. And so I must step away for a moment and start talking to the white bread that's walking by me and leave you, the barley, alone. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy that we are not just known as barley, but we're seen as barley in different situations, right? And depending on which situation I'm in, I'm seen as barley. And there are times when I'm looked on and looked upon as barley when I am not barley at all. People don't get it. What I am is Christ driven. Absalom. Absalom put a fire to Joab's barley field. And here's the thing. I said, he's not the worst person in the story. Because everybody is, a sword is swinging, and a sword only swings in a house when people start acting on responses. Nobody's talking, but they're acting on responses. I said, go get Joab. The servant said he can't come. That's why I said, go get Joab. The servant said he can't come. Servant said, I was said, go get Joab. He said, he can't come. He said, okay, spill this next to mine, burn it. When you see bread burning, you ought to keep your eyes open about it. I remember there's one main story in the Bible, right, just off the top of my head, where bread was burning. Can you remember it with me? Samson. He set fire to the foxes' tails and pushed them to run through the grain that belonged to the Philistines. Now here's the thing. He put them through the grain that belonged to the Philistines. He didn't bring them over to grain that was shared, right, by me and the Israelites and the Philistines. He didn't do that. Fire spreads quickly, but he sent them through the Philistines' grain, and that's why life was required in it. Because when you burn bread, you are burning me, aren't you? Right? We are bread, right? We are broken. Jesus took the bread over, said, and he broke it. He prayed over it, and he broke it, and then he blessed it, and then he gave it to people, right? We are considered bread. Jesus is the bread of life, right? So if he's bread, I am bread. So when bread is broken, that's flesh broken, right? If I'm getting my flesh broken, right? There's no reason why somebody should come behind me and burn it. I'm going to be broken, not burnt. She's broke the bread, blessed it, handed it out, right? But we have Samson sending these foxes with fiery tails through to burn. He tied the tails together. That really upset me. Watch our cartoon picture of what actually happened. I still cried. That really upset me. He tied the fox's tails together and set their tails on fire. We're supposed to break bread, not burn it. If I say something to you, right, it's because I love you, right? But if you get burnt by what I said, then I gotta come back and apologize to you, right? Because I am supposed to break you, not burn you. It's beautiful, right? Because you're talking, my foot started swelling up and I had to keep getting up out the chair at Panera. And we were on one of those high tables, so I keep getting up out the chair because my foot kept swelling up. That's the foot with the screw in it. It's the way my foot reacts to, hey, I don't like what you're doing right now. My foot was broken. But the only place I have a scar is this tiny little scar next to my ankle, where that man shoved that screw into my foot. That's the only place where I have a scar. Tiny little scar. But that was a scar left from surgery. That man cut me open and put a screw in me. That was left from surgery. That was not left from the break. When you break a bone, when you are broken, you are not scarred. There are no visible scars on you to show where you are broken by God, and because He always puts you back together perfectly. When He sends somebody to break you, He does not send somebody to break you and then cause you scarring. It doesn't happen. But here's the thing: if God breaks me, that's one thing, because Jesus will break that bread in a minute. But doesn't the Bible tell us that the enemy has fiery darts that he shoots at us that are meant to burn us? So I can't talk to her no more because the last full conversation I had from her spiritually, I felt there were darts being shot at me, and I was being shot and burnt, I felt it spiritually. The enemy will go back. He said there's a fiery dart, right? The enemy will burn me, but Jesus breaks me. It won't wound me, right? And it's all used by God. It's all usable by God. It's all used by God, right? But Jesus breaks me. The enemy burns me. And the one thing, the way that I know what's going to happen or who did it is by the fact that there's no scar. Jesus breaks, the enemy burns. God never scars. God will use it all. But God only breaks you. He will never burn you, because burning leaves a scar. I believe He wants you to toss things and be able to forgive and throw things to the side, right? So even with dealing with my family, I don't even think about it. Am I angry? No. Right now, I have everything that I've ever wanted. Do I have it to the level that I've wanted it? No. But I have exactly what I need to the God level. Because I was the outcast. I was the stupid one. She called me stupid every day. And now I'm here, right, doing this thing by myself, right? I'm now the white bread, and they become the barley. Let's here it is right here. Here it is right here. I'm in the same pot as you, and so I'm continuously trying to change myself and make myself over for you. Because Lois found the reason why I was stupid every day. So Jen, you just so selfish, you're stupid. You so inconsiderate, you stupid. I mean, every day I was trying to change myself every single day. Now I'm here, right? I don't change myself. I give myself over to God. See, I was the outcast there, right? They were the whites, and I was just the outcast. I was the dross. They did not want me, and I could feel it, right? I knew it. Plus, they told me they wanted to kill me every day. Now that I'm here, I'm the white bread. For my life, I'm the white bread. And they're the problem. I don't need them, right? I don't need to have them over here, right? You don't need to have people that want to kill you walking alongside you. That's an extra burden, right? So you don't need to have people that want to kill you walking alongside you. You could be the white bread, and they could just be the barley for them. I don't know how it works for them. I'm looking for healing, because when I was with them, they burnt me. They didn't break me. Here we go. Here we go. Not so say, Pastor David broke me. Yeah. Yeah, he did. But there are no scars. Those people burnt me. And there are scars that I couldn't move forward in art and certain things and doing certain types of art pieces because I could not let them go. They were like a constant reminder of themselves to me, and I could not move forward in what God was having me do, even artistically, right? Because I could not let them go. There's a burning, but also a beckoning. Come back to us so we can burn you again. Absolutely not. That's why he broke me? Yes. Breaking does not come without somebody caring for you. There's a breaking that will come, right? When you have people around you that are concerned about you. Yes. But God breaks, the enemy burns. There's biblical proof of that. So when I see burning bread, I immediately think burning flesh. I think burning people. I see burning bread. I said, because if you think about it, the war stopped then with Samson. He had gotten upset over the riddle. He beat the clothes off 30 men and gave it to them. They turned around, did something to him. He did something else, and they took the daughter and the father. Or he burnt the field, and they killed the daughter and father. I don't know.